I'm Anil Kumar sharing with you a different kind of a question on probability. We'll actually kind of look into a design of a die. We have a die here which has 6 faces, and instead of having numbers 1 to 6, it has plus, minus and dot symbol on it. Now we are not sure how many faces have plus, how many faces has minus and how many faces has a dot on it. We know at least one of each is there as shown here. So what we do here is we conduct an experiment. And in this experiment we roll the die and write down what do we get, how many number of times. So once the experiment is done, then we can figure out in how many faces do we have plus sign, in how many faces do we have minus sign, and in how many faces do we have this dot or multiplication kind of a sign. Let us say the results are like this. Results of the experiment are that we get about 7 pluses, 13 minuses, and about 22 dots. Now what do you infer from here? So now you have to tell me, if the result of rolling a 6-way die is 7 pluses, 13 minuses, and 22 dots, then how many faces will have plus sign, how many faces will have minus sign, and how many faces will have a dot? That is what you need to figure out. Okay. Now, let us try to analyze this. If we add them all, we get 7 and 3, 10, plus 2, 12, and then we get 1 plus 1, 2, plus 2, 42. So the probability of getting 7 is what? Let's write down. Is 7 out of 42. How about of getting a minus sign? It will be minus, will be 13 over 42. And for these dots will be 22 over 42, right? So let's calculate their values. So if you calculate their values, we get 7 divided by 42 is equal to 1 over 6. 13 divided by 42 is equals to 13 over 42. Let me write it in decimals. 0.3, let's say 1. And then 22 divided by 42 is equals to 11 over 21, or in decimals, it is around 0.52. Right, so that is what we get. Now from this, do you get an idea? That is one way we can figure out. The other way is we can see the ratio in which we are getting these marks. It seems that 13 is almost twice as much as 7, and 22 is 3 times 7, right? 3 times 7 is 21, so it is slightly more than that. And 7 times 2 is 14. This is just one less than that. So this is an experiment where we conducted with 42 rolls, so our results are slightly approximate, but they give a clear indication, right? So from here, you know, we have this plus sign only 1 out of 6 faces. Do you see that? 1 out of 6 faces. 0.3 means 1/3. This is approximately equals to 1 out of 3, and this is approximately equal to half. Do you see? Half of 6, 1/6 of 6, 1/3 of 6. Those are the number of faces. So we can say that number of faces for 7 is equals to 1 over 6. That means 1 out of 6. That means 1 from 6. For, I should have written plus here, plus. For minus, it is 1/3. It is 1/3 of 6, or you can say number of faces are 1/3 times 6, which is 2. You could do like this also. So there are 2 faces with minus sign. For the positive sign, it is half of 6. So half times 6, which is 3. So the number of faces are 3 for the dots, right? So that is our result. So we can write on our answer as We have one phase for positive, two phases for negative, and three, that is half of the die, is with dots. For dots. Do you see that? So that is how you can actually do it. So how we got this result is when we multiplied this number by 6, right? So when you multiply this, I should have written here 1 over 6 times 6, you get one phase. Do you see that? 1 over 3 times 6. Since there are 6 number of phases, it is 1/3 of 6. It is half of 6 to get the number of phases. I'm Anil Kumar. I hope that helps to understand the concept that from the probability you can infer what the design of the die could be. You can always share and subscribe my videos. Thank you and all the best.